Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes. Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Oh, Dave, your pop is getting better, definitely.
If you're playing at home, you already know something that H doesn't know.
This is a fancy bottle of George T. Stagg.
Yeah. What are we pouring tonight, H?
Well, it's a George T. Stagg, but a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. And it's in a nice bottle that looks a bit fancier than some of the George T. Stagg's bottles that we normally get.
Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. This is the 2023 release, so it's 135 proof.
Oh,
if you've had some of this, lucky you.
Yeah.
And lucky us, this is a bottle crack. Because, H,
Why, Dave? Why?
this is our 100th episode.
Oh, yay.
Cheers.
I had no idea.
She had no idea. And this is one of my favourite things. You didn't know we were celebrating something.
No, I was like,
Oh,
he's got
that
a nice
nose.
bottle. The nose is not what we see.
I think I had a George T. Stagg once, like 3 or 4
Oh.
years ago or something,
Wow.
in a bar in San Fran, I think. And I was like, this is so good. This is why they bang on about it.
Uncut, unfiltered, barrel proof. Look at that.
I don't think we need to spend too long talking about this. If you don't know what George T. Stagg is, so every year Buffalo Trace release their antique collection. There had been, I think, 5 in the collection. Now there's 6, or is it 4 and then 5? George T. Stagg is one of them. It's kind of, a lot of people think it's the king of bourbons.
Yep.
You know, in terms of like there's people argue with that. Pappy gets a run, King of Kentucky gets a run. George T. Stagg is another one that gets a run.
Yep.
This is a real banger. I got this bottle for a special occasion. I've been waiting for an opportunity to open it.
And our 100th episode is such a great
What
occasion.
a cool opportunity to open it, right?
I had no idea we'd done 100 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the time has dragged on. You would have thought
Oh,
up to
no,
400
it's
or
just
something.
been fun.
Oh, okay.
We
All right.
started
Great.
these to have some fun. And, yeah, we've had some fun guests and we've drunk some great bourbon and whiskey. But I just had no idea we're up to 100.
Come on. What are you getting on the nose of this? No, you
Oh,
go.
that's nice.
What are you getting on the nose?
Maybe some, definitely some fruit, but like caramelly fruit.
This to me is
Oh,
like
it's really nice.
it's got just this glorious balance of oak and age and vanilla and caramel. It's like a perfectly baked cookie that's exactly as
Yeah.
crispy and chewy as you want.
But the right balance of everything. Because sometimes the nose is very like one way, but to me, I'm like, it's a hard nose to describe because it is. It's a balance of all the good stuff. The caramel, the vanilla, the fruit.
It's kind of got this lovely decadence to it.
It's a rich nose.
Mm. A rich
Dave's-
nose. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
You can just talk for the
Bourbon.
next little while, and I'm just going to.
Dave's just gone into some blissful coma of bourbonness.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has. He's enjoying it. But it's beautiful on the nose. I haven't tasted it yet. So when you get your
And it's
talking voice back-
135. It's 135 proof. So I've just enjoyed that. We've been drinking something that's
less.
really
Yep.
at low proof. So you get a real good whack out of that. It's delightful. But it's all so much flavour. That's the great thing about a high proof
Oh,
whiskey
wow.
anyway. But obviously this is
Oh, that's delicious.
so special. Wow.
The word I say too much.
Really.
Wonder how many times I've said it in our 100 podcasts.
Let's not do a tally, but I'm giving you the hotmail, everyone. It's more than 100 times. Okay, so and here comes the questions.
Far away, Dave.
You've
I
done
don't know if
100
I'll be able to answer them. But
100 episodes.
yeah.
You don't have to say your favourite episode,
No, it's like picking a favourite child.
but your favourite Aussie Bourbon Lovers podcast memory so far, because we're only up to 100 and we might get to 10,000. We don't know.
Can I go with highlights rather than favourites? Because it really is like you can't pick a favourite child. So
I haven't given you any time to think about it. So in
No,
this case, I'm going to
surprise it on me.
excuse it. But normally I'd say you have to.
like being able to chat with Dan and Andrea from Michter's is definitely one that is high on my list of highlights. To be able to do it with them like via Zoom, but then again in person, I think that's pretty amazing. So that was definitely one of them. Do you have one?
I'm probably with you that I have a lot.
Yeah.
But I would say
Heaps.
the time that we've been able to spend both online and then in person with Dan and Andrew is high on the list.
Yeah.
The other one that gets a good run is being at Star Hill Farm in the heritage room
Oh yeah.
where they burnt the recipe and with Dr. Blake Layfield, the master distiller, and tasting through Cellar Age 2025 and Star Hill Farm and doing that kind of, learning about all the things that make that a unique expression.
Yeah, and being in the place too, like as fun as our little studio is, it's nice to actually be in the place where you're talking about and drinking what is made there. That's pretty special, yeah.
Having said that, I also thoroughly enjoyed conversations with like Sean McCormick talking about him visiting Melbourne and coming to the Vegemite factory.
Yeah.
And
he was our first ever international guest.
Yeah. And I mean, I also enjoy sitting here in our little office makeshift studio and chatting with you about stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made better by the bourbon, but, because I chat with you a lot about other stuff. I mean, this is probably our favourite conversations, let's be clear.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And then, you go.
No, I was going to say having some laughs at Larrikin is one that like stands out to me because we did like a few podcasts there with Greg and that was fun. And being able to, there's just the more I think about that, have like breakfast bourbon, I'll say burger, breakfast bourbon and drink some Green River.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, like there's just been so many good ones.
I agree. And I think we kind of set out to, the reason we started doing the podcast was to participate in the bourbon industry as these little Aussies who aren't able to distill and aren't able to do anything else. Well, like, how do we do a thing? And this is such a fun way of doing it.
It brings that connection with the people and the stories and the bourbon and, yeah.
And here's a weird reflection. See if you can come up with a reflection while I tell this story, because I've had some time to think about this. But
You've been planning this.
I haven't been planning anything.
You got the nice bottle out for the 100th episode.
I wasn't hoarding it for this moment. It's not always going.
You're going to come up with this profound reflection, and I'm going to be like on the spot. Oh, I don't know. I'll let you go with your reflection.
I definitely thought that we would get to 100 episodes and we'd be starting to run out of bottles and content and ideas and stories and stuff like that would be able to keep doing episodes about. I think we thought we'd reach a threshold, but at 100 episodes, I feel like we're maybe barely scratching the surface of what there is to be, stories to be told, distilleries to visit, people to meet, and bottles to share and stories to share and memories to create and stuff like that. So that's very exciting for me actually, because I don't know if I ever thought we'd get to 100 episodes anyway when we set out to do it. But I thought that we would reach these ceilings of like, you're going to run out of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, it's like we're having so much fun.
Oh, I'm with you in that I definitely thought it would be a short-term bit of fun. Like, isn't this fun? Let's talk to people about this. And I think the thing that surprised me the most is I kind of sort of thought, if we do this podcast for a while and if it's a bit of fun and if it keeps going, that eventually somebody who knows something about bourbon might speak to us. And the fact that, within the first few months of, I suppose entering that bourbon world and meeting those different people, that everyone was so supportive and so great and happy to share and happy to talk and happy to give their time. And I've learnt so much.
Yeah, we were extremely warmly welcomed. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
By the whole bourbon industry, really, and the community around it. Everyone from people like everyone loves that one dude Ryan, and people the guys at Denver and Liley who are Melbourne based as well, but who make bourbon glasses. The people at the distilleries, obviously, we haven't mentioned all the distilleries, of course, but people at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, people all over the world, all over the world.
If you told me when we first went to the music festival Bourbon and Beyond with some friends that I'd be back there 3 times and I'd be podcasting about bourbon, I would have laughed a lot at you, right. and been like, what kind of crazy dream did you just wake up from? And for it to become a reality, I don't know. It's been a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and it surprised me.
And I think the coolest part about it is that the more we do about it, and I was doing some work on who else we can have on the podcast next.
Oh, so many wonderful people.
The authentic nature of the bourbon industry and the stories and the humans and the culture around it means that there's loads of great people we haven't met yet. We haven't even tried their whiskies yet. And we want to share them with you guys. So we're very excited about that. And we're grateful for you tuning in and listening to some of our episodes and us drivel on about stuff and chatting with cool people
And
about
pretend
stuff.
we know things.
Well, we know we don't know anything, but we're having fun.
Then we get people in who do know things.
Yeah. We'll bring them in to tell you about it. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for enjoying this. And thank you, H, for 100 episodes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.